This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Guardian Radio AM. Today is finally Friday. It is August 7th. It's a little after 11 o'clock in the morning. Once again, this is C.A. Newry, and I shall be your host for today. Today, I wanted to commend the Ministry of Urban Renewal. Low-key, the Ministry of Social Services, but it's urban renewal that I want to talk about now, and then I'll transition to another topic. I have a number of friends, I was going to say associates, but friends, colleagues and friends who have special need kids. I tend to do some advocacy work for them and their kids, and I tend to bring those type of people on my show to promote opportunity. Recently, I went to Wendy's twice this week, already during my messing up my diet. And I saw a gentleman who I would have assumed by just his interaction with me, who's special needs. And I was proud, excited and delighted. And I went through my order and I took my time going through my order as he went through the motions of being a server, a counter server. And he smiled, he's very polite. And I was delighted to say, look at this fast food restaurant go. And I wanted to commend them, to say, hey, I'm glad they gave this gentleman an opportunity. You see that he's making an extra effort to be meticulous on how he serves me. He was slow in approach in terms of he speaks slower, right? You can see that he consciously thinking out the procedures, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. And I took my time and said, go ahead, man, you do you, right? I'm just glad you are here, that you're being seen, and that you be involved in this Bohemiana thing. And I wanted to commend Wendy's restaurant for that, right? I don't promoting the restaurant because they ain't paying no money, but I wanted to commend them for including a particular set of people. And I always tend to throw out some commendation for businesses that include such people, special needs people, people who have challenges, but usually are ignored, looked over. And I was glad to see that he was included. So kudos to Wendy's. But now to Ministry of Urban Renewal. I come across an ad. And I said, I wonder how come they didn't call Guardian Radio AM to promote this particular ad, right? I wasn't going to charge them much. I was going to give them a charity rate, right? And say, come on, let's promote this event. Because this is a big event. And I said, this deserves some recognition. The Ministry of Urban Renewal and Community Relations had a job fair for persons with disability. When I saw that, tears came down my eyes and said, God, look at God. Surely God came down and touched somebody that they thought there was a need to include Bahamians who have disabilities challenges, not ably challenged, different spectrum of what they have. But the ministry, and I kudos to the minister, Miss Lisa Ramming. She said the theme is building communities, empowering people, and changing lives. Urban Renewal Authority, right? It was a job fair they had yesterday. And I said, man, this needs more promotions because I'm not sure if a large number of Bahamians with challenges knew about it, that they had a huge job fair, similar to what they would have for any able-bodied job fair. It's high, very high end, right? Connecting talent with meaningful employment. That was on Thursday, August 6th. It started at 10 a.m. and lasted from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., so it was all day. And the venue was at the Andre Rogers Stadium. That's the baseball stadium there, right? They also, besides having opportunities for jobs, they had access, training, and development resources. So they if you wanted to be trained more, they say sign up and they'll give training. They provided transportation. You could go and call them and make arrangements and say, man, I'm differently abled and I could need help getting there. And they send their special bus and pick them up, and you go there and had interviews. And I'm going to also recognize a number of employers who were there too. Hopefully I get to call all of their names there, right? Of course, they partnered with the Department of Labor, right? The National Training Agency, right? The National Sports Authority, and BT Rubus. These were the primary sponsors of the event who put it on and I guess paid whatever money or whatever it is they had to pay. But like I said, I got excited about it for the opportunity. Okay, let me go to this. I want to recognize some of the sponsors who I saw there, right? I saw Rubus there. Apparently, they hire differently abled Bahamians. So if you need a job, they was interviewing you, right? You could, and I saw at one Rubus gas station, one gentleman had one arm and he's pumping gas. And I was saying, I've seen so many people on the streets who tend to have to handle and beg for assistance. But Rubus, you could get a job there and pump gas. Bahama was there. And everyone know that Bahama hires differently abled people. You'll go there and see people in wheelchairs, people with special needs, people who are on the various spectrum are working at Bahama. So if you have a child, a young adult, would have some challenges, Bahama has opportunities. You could go there and apply, right? And they fit you in. They interview you and do an assessment of what you can do, and you can get a meaningful job. I see people driving little small scooters and wheelchairs up and down through the hallways at Bahama, differently abled people. So there's opportunity there, real job, not me helping you out, right? And not just basic job. You have the skill and talent and have the acumen and brain power, you can get a job. Who else was there? AML. And AML has been known. And see, I can do a shout out today. They're known for hiring special needs people, right? I remember seeing Course-Right, Solomon's, and you see a number of deaf people employed there, right? And then, like I said, we need to commend these businesses who go out of their way, make effort to include different types of Bahamians. BPL was there, right? And I saw that and I said, I wonder what type of jobs they have for special needs people. But they were interviewing them. So that means they are prepared to hire them. And I'm sure there are Bahamians who are challenged or on the spectrum, and they say, but how can I get a BPL job? Some jobs you think is above and beyond, you would never apply. But BPL has made a commitment. Water and Sewage has made a commitment to hire, to assist, to train, to make opportunities for special needs Bahamians. That's something to commend. That's something to talk about. That's something to recognize. And this is why I say Lisa Raman coming with her partners, and she went and calling all these people and say, do you have jobs that they can do? And they say, yes, we have jobs that they can do, and they can get permanent and pensionable. Those people who used to hide home and say that we don't have nothing for them and we'll take care of them for the rest of their life. If they have skill and talent and they are willing to be trained, we have businesses that are willing to hire them. Also, who was at this job fair was Comfort Suites. Comfort Suites made themselves available to hire special needs people, Bahamians. And I wanted to commend them. I wanted to recognize them. I wanted to say thank you to them. Atlantis. Yeah, you hear that? Atlantis also was there. I think it's a real job fair. There's no job fair. There's a huge job fair. Atlantis was there. You know who else was there? Breezes was there. Breezes was there interviewing, looking for talented Bahamians who have challenges, special needs, disability, or ability challenged Bahamians, and they're looking at their skills and talent, what they can do, and how they can fit them into their resorts and properties and say, okay, we have these jobs available. If you're interested in these jobs, we will make it happen. We will fast track. We will assist you and make you able to work at these jobs, right? I was impressed. Let me call these names again. That was Breezes Resorts and Paradise Island, Comfort Suite, Water and Sewage. It was BPL. It was AML, BTC, who was there. Bahama was there. Rubus was there. And, of course, they for additional training, the NTA was there. The Ministry of Labor was there writing down what all skills. And I say, you know, when you get happy till you get teary-eyed? Because Mike said, I had friends from high school who have challenged kids, right? And I worry, right? Saying, boy, besides spending how much money extra they got to spend, what happens when the child becomes man or woman? What kind of opportunities there so they can take care of themselves? Because we getting old. I getting old quick. And I work to prepare my children, so I know they want to work to prepare their children for the real world, especially if they transition when the child get 40, 50. They should be able to work in the Bahamas, gainfully employed, and to take care of themselves. But I have some phone calls there before I transition to another topic. So this is the time if you want to call. I saw someone hang up just now. Call down. I could be able to patch you in so we can have that discussion. Go ahead, caller. Guardian Radio AM. And congratulations to Miss Lisa Ramming again, Ministry of Urban Renewal. They're doing some things. Go ahead, caller. Caller, you there? Let me press the button. Look at all the callers going. Caller, you there? No? Let's press it again. Caller, you there? Okay. I must have done something. The numbers again to call are 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720 if you're calling from the Family Island. And of course, you want to text and participate in this conversation. The number to call is text is 422-GR96. Linwood, send me here. Bring me that newspaper for me, please. Linwood, I forget to bring it inside. I want to read something inside there I want to talk about. Go ahead, caller. Kermit, patch the callers for me through. Go ahead, caller. Guardian Radio AM. You're live.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
All right. So what the conversation is today, because I just come back into the radio when I was on the roof.
You mean you wasn't listening to the conversation and you just called?
Yeah, I mean, I have something I want to talk, but personally, but I want to be sure that it isn't a conversation where you're still on one topic and you don't want to hear something else.
Well, I had a topic. I was talking about special needs, Bahamians, and opportunities. But since you call and your phone is gibberish right now,
Yeah.
but I allow you to say something. Go ahead. Go. You do you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you better now. But go ahead. You do you.
Okay, so listen, I think we need to take very important interest in special needs and in senior citizens, and not leaving out children because their children are also unresponsible. But why is it that some of these MPs can get hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever, few thousand during politics, for a year or two to rent these buildings, and yet we don't have centers where senior citizens or some disabled people are able to function? Now, we only have one or two, but the truth of the matter is that you could imagine in this heat how much disabled and senior citizens are under some serious conditions with the heat. I mean, we really need to start to consider putting senior citizen homes in some of these quote-unquote urban renewal buildings, even if we just take the buildings and say, the urban renewal building and say, let's have a daycare for the senior citizens or handicapped. This way, in every area, you have senior citizens and handicaps being able to have something to do during the day while people are working, whether it be children or older people. While people are working, and then when they get home in the evening, they could come and pick up their family member, and it's good. I wanted to talk about one more thing because I think it's vitally important, and then I'll listen to your comment. I have a problem with how our bus system is and how we look as slaves. We sit out in the hot sun, and then I see some women under the tree in the rain trying to get to work. Why is it we don't have proper bus systems, or what I call bus areas where, and there's a few of them, bus areas where people can actually gather under a shade in the heat or even under the shade. Please comment on that. I want to listen to what you have to say. Thank you.
And I appreciate, thank you very much, Cole. And I appreciate your commentary, buddy. I appreciate your commentary, and I applaud you for calling in and voicing it, right? In regards to the centers, there are few, but it's too few. And I see that the Ministry of Urban Renewal has pledged to use the various urban renewal centers to have and host the elderly and to have programs for Bahamians who are differently abled. It's not enough. This is why I commend this action of this job fair. It was a big deal to me, especially when you, like you say, I have associates and friends who have children who are challenged and who go into adulthood. I have some friends, family, colleagues who have multiple sclerosis, so they have mobile challenges, and they need to be included in the wider Bahamas. In regards to the bus depot and the non-consideration of Bahamians, if you drive on that Bahama Boulevard, those bus depots nice. You can sit under shade, they are perfectly made, aptly made. So it tells a tale about how Bahamians view themselves, how you view yourself. The election just gone, they were campaigning, they were looking for things to do. I'm sure that few Bahamians, and I'll go far as no Bahamian, went to their candidate and said, you know what, I need a bus depot. Even if you could build one, right? I ain't gonna say you could try to do it for the whole of the Bahamas, but I want one in my community, and that is what we are asking for. They would have gone to Ministry of Works and said we can do one, but nobody asked. So who is the real problem? I mean, we voted in these member of parliaments to consider us, but the problem is Bahamians don't like themselves. I don't like myself. You don't like yourself, and because we don't like ourselves, we don't ask for things that make our lives better. So they're not better, and they're not going to continue not to be better because we need to learn to love ourselves. I ask your MP to make a bus depot wherever you live. Say every time you see him, I want a bus depot. I want a bus depot that I can pull on the sidewalk. Just do one. You don't got to do all. Do one so I can see that you're working. It ain't that hard. They'll call Ministry of Works and say, how can I make this happen? See the space of land right here. We can do this one as a prototype. And you say, see, I see you working. Ask your MP. That ain't hard to do. Ask them, because you show that you have value in yourself and they will need to have value in you. Let's go to the next caller there. Guardian Radio AM. Kermit, patch the call for me. Go ahead, caller. Guardian Radio AM, you live. Call you there. Call a girl once, call a girl twice, and we got to move on. Guardian Radio AM.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay, Lord Newry. I was at the job fair yesterday, wonderful event. You know, one of your Foxhill boys was down there, and you all had him on the show.
The Sparky?
None other than
the Sparky? Sparky?
Yeah.
You 90. What you doing to the job fair? Give some young people a chance to get a job, Sparky.
No. I wasn't trying to get a job. You see, your Foxhill friend, who you had on your talk show a couple of times, LeBron Minnis, he's from Step Street. His mother passed away when he was very young. She was adopted by him and two other brothers.
Yes.
But he came blind. He wasn't born blind. He told me that he tried to look into a camera to see how the flash worked. Mm-hmm. And the flash went into his eye, and that was it. Mm-hmm. And he grew up. He went through the Salvation Army. He graduated with honors at the Salvation Army.
Yes, he did.
He could play about 7 different musical instruments. He wants to be a DJ. Y'all had him on your show a couple of times, too.
Yes.
I call him my adopted son because his adopted aunt and I are friends. And we took him down there yesterday morning. It started late. It was supposed to start at 10, but you know Bahamian time.
Yes, yes.
It started a little late, and then I had to run out because I lost my German Shepherd. Somebody said they saw him, so I left him and his aunt there. So I'd like to congratulate LeBron Minnis for attempting, but Mr. Newry, they treat them disabled people. I disabled myself. I walk around with a wheelie walker, but I'm 75 every time.
Mm-hmm.
But they hire these people, and they do like they're doing them a favor, and the people are trained and they're skilled. I know he got a job somewhere, and for a whole week they gave the young man $25. I mean, the guy can't see money, but he needs money to get around. He comes to your place, and he performs blind. He's blind, and he performs well enough to people on the talk show that they could hear him and talk, and he could answer the questions. $25, like you giving him a gift.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They want the help and the labor from the disabled, but because of their disability, they treat them like little young children and slaves.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame what we do to our own people.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate your comments, man, and thank you very much for calling, Sparky, and thank you for dropping LeBron to the job fair, and I hope he gets to take advantage of the opportunity. I hope there's opportunity for him. Social services give differently abled Bahamians $300 per month. That's it. I'm not sure if any of you could survive off $300 per month, and that's how to buy everything what you want. You pay your rent, you buy your grocery, pay whatever bills and medication. $300 a month. That's it. So we need now to find opportunities for Bahamians who are differently abled, who have challenges there. And that's why I want to commend these businesses who came out to, yeah, man, we'll give them opportunity, meaningful jobs. Let's go to the next caller. Guardian Radio AM, you live? Go ahead, caller, you live? You there? Yeah. Go ahead, caller, I can hear you now.
Good afternoon, hello.
Good afternoon.
Just calling, great topic. But listen, I want to call to let you know I want to correct the caller before Sparky, but I also agree with the caller before Sparky, and they called to correct you on something. So I'll start with you first. Those nicely painted bus stops that you're seeing,
mm-hmm.
those yellow bus stops with the advertisement on it,
mm-hmm.
they are not owned by the government. They are owned by a private company that sells advertisement. Okay?
You're saying the private company got access to build on the government road?
Listen, those are privately constructed and owned benches and covering, and what they do is they sell advertisement. Okay? Like Michael Jackson say, they don't really care about us.
Mm.
Also, I want to correct the gentleman that called to let him know that there is no bus system. He mentioned that he don't understand the bus system. There is none. Okay? And pushback is being given to the rollout of a Uber style for persons who may have disabilities, who may be able to drive, for them to make an income. There's a lot of pushback against it. But inevitably, it has to come because the system, and I don't want to make it a government problem, so I'll say system, has failed the community for a number of years when it comes to a proper busing system. People get off late in the night, people pay taxes, and there's not a proper busing system. And I would like to end by saying this, not to turn the hands and go back, okay? It baffles me that our Minister of now Transport, and I want persons to focus on what I'm saying and not the individual. There's not attack on anyone. To indicate earlier that, guess what, the government is supporting EV vehicles, they are reducing the cost of licensing them. And then for the stakeholders at the power company to then come and indicate that these type of vehicles are a problem on the grid. There is a huge disconnect.
Yes.
But I will end on a positive note and say I would like to applaud and encourage and thank the hard-working persons at Bahamas Grid and BPL who are on the ground. But I'm not sure if the persons at the wheel are navigating this challenge in the way it should be navigating. And finally, I have no interest in going on the beach as an alternative for a lack of being provided the necessary resources that I pay for. I'll sit and I'll listen to the rest of the show.
Man, I appreciate your commentary, man. Thanks very much. This text say, why go to your MP? These things should be done under municipal government. That's how it works in almost every major city in the world. We need local government. No. The text say municipal government. Municipal government is different from local government because our local government don't necessarily have any power. But definitely, we need someone to be in charge of things in the city, right? The caller said that's private company who put the bus depot. That's not even government. And the text is talking about the municipal government. It's not even them. So we on over the hill is buy things too. So the private company could do ads and put in a partner with the government and say, well, we'll put a bus depot where you could sit there. And so if it's raining, whatever it is, we could lobby them. But something needs to be done. Definitely something needs to be done. Mr. Newry, we have had governments over decades not focusing on what is urgent and important for our people. Yes, I agree. Let's go to the callers. Guardian Radio AM, you live, caller. How you doing, sir? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, you're live.
Yes, good morning. I would like to say that the Governor General vehicle is an EV, and many other vehicles are EVs. I don't know if you want to put pressure on the private citizen having EVs.
If the Governor General car is an EV, sir, if the Governor General car isn't, if the Governor General car, like you said, is a EV electrical vehicle, she need to park it because it's affecting the grid. You can't be driving no electrical vehicle. She need to park the car. In fact, I see even BPL have electrical vehicle. They all need to park their car.
No. I said no. I said you need to park the person who making that suggestion about going to the beach, and that is the problem of the grid. Those persons are paid handsomely to do the right thing and to see that the right equipment and all the infrastructure and everything is in place.
Yeah.
And what are they doing? Some of them talking nonsense?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. You good?
Yeah. So that is the main thing, and I don't even put it on just government because there are civil servants in high places collecting a salary every month, and they also need to put pressure, or not only put pressure, but actually implement situations, make suggestions, and see that the suggestions are made. Also get public as to what is holding back our country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So it's not about just government or anything like that, or any one board or any one executive. Everybody got to pull their weight.
I agree with you.
For this country to move forward. Not backward.
We need to lobby and we need to pressure the government and we need to complain more. People say we complain too much. We don't complain enough. We certain things.
No, okay, not the complaining part, because the company is talk radio.
Mm-hmm.
Smart, fresh music, smart talk. We want action.
We need action.
We want action.
We need action. I agree. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next call. I see in the Guardian, in the Biden-Nassau Guardian, said the ministry hosts job fair for disabled community. They speak about the Bahamas Alliance for the Blind and the Visually Impaired. Ms. Purcell Ramsey, she's giving commentary about that. Also, there's a picture with Pia Glover with Ms. Ramming, taking a picture with a differently able Bahamian who got certification training from the National Treating Agency. I just like the opportunity, man. You know what? It pains me when I see Bahamians and trying to push the word Bahamians who are entitled to certain things in the Bahamas, and because they are impaired or having challenges, they don't get opportunity. And I commend the government, and I demand that more opportunity is given to those such Bahamians. Let's go to the next callers. Guardian Radio AM, you live.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Newry.
Good morning.
It's Papa. Your show the other day, I appreciated that when you humanized, you talking about the electrical dilemmas we was having, and you was talking about the hotel, and you gave some human stories as to the guest experience, et cetera, et cetera. I thought that was kind of different, which really shows how inglorious this scenario really is, right? But, I would like the caller that called who said he was on the roof. I on the ground and hot, but I just thought that was a selfless comment. I thought something that should be implemented, really and truly. It's unbelievable for me, Mr. Newry. Things that can't be done, right? And then as it relates to the bus stops, et cetera, the lack thereof, for people say they see people standing in the rain, et cetera. These are really things that show the lack of consideration. The gentleman that called, I hate when people call. I mean, the thing is, complaining is based on something that is subjective or something that's based on one's level of consciousness, right? Mr. Newry, you know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I was out by a friend's Bay Street, and so I took some photographs of the southern side of Pulaski, which would be the East Bay Street side. The size of the trash bins are lacking, right? And the garbage. I felt so. I felt like. I even hate to say the word because it affects my psyche. The amount of garbage that's on the side of the road, the sidewalks. I mean, all right. So we have a minister of health, we have environmental health, we have people. You're trying to tell me I must wait for? I mean, who can I blame? I mean, people have a portfolio, a prerogative. I mean, whatever, right? But what I'm saying is. Mr. Newry, if I send you the photos, right? Can't we just hire someone to do that to make people feel good with a peace of mind? It's like so inglorious. I'll send it. I think I might send it to Aaron, but it's really, oh God, it really is. Every day people could pass this stuff, Mr. Newry. This is what you're trying to tell me? You didn't see people don't see these things. Nobody can go and clean up this mess on Bay Street. Oh God! And then the $25 that Sparky highlighted. For the disabled person. I give strangers money, and I'm a poor man. Mm-hmm. But for me, that's the epitome of BS. Have a good day.
Thanks very much. This texter said, I'm a disabled 73-year-old living on the island. All I'm receiving is $75. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know people just get $75. I thought it was standard $300 per month. And we said this person who's 73 years old is an elderly person who is disabled and living on the family island where everything's expensive. So they only need to get $75 per month. That's ridiculous. Let's go to the caller there. Guardian Radio AM, you are live.
Hey, how you doing, Newry?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm born here.
It's glad to see you back in Nassau. I know you went for some treatment. I see you still having some challenges. But how you doing?
Yeah. Huh?
How you doing?
I still struggling along with the same thing. Sparky at 52 was basically talking about just now with the $25 when it comes to disabled people. The showboating that our government officials and the Minister of Health demonstrate when it comes to disabled people. Because I am disabled, visually impaired, it was very easy for me to get to Princess Margaret Hospital for treatment, even though I brought a lot of awareness to the flaws in that place. That's what you're supposed to do. So what they did, they unceremoniously moved me from PMH, disabled, with no consideration, and sent me all the way out to Sanders Beach, Weasel House. I know I have no ride. Now, they tell me, oh, we don't provide rides for disabled people, disabled people. That's fine if the disabled person agree. I had no part in where they were sending me, and they sent me there. Now I got to dig in my little pension, my little disabled pension, Newry, to pay somebody to carry me out there for life-saving treatment. So I agree with Sparky and 50 to them. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. I'm disabled. They should at least provide me, if they make a decision to send me there, provide me with some sort of assistance to get there. You know what I mean? But now, let me show you how silly the argument is when it comes to EVs. Now, it started off the other day when they said that the cable exploded due to overload, overheating, and overload. In order to overload something like that, then that means there has to be an excessive pull on that particular cable. Now, I am sure 3,000 EV owners don't live in Railroad, don't live in that constituency. I'm sure. So that argument, that almost gone out the window. So those EV owners live all around the country pulling on various different other communities. And Blue Hill Road is not the only power plant. You got Clifton Pier, you got Blue Hill Road, you got Soldier Road. You understand? So that argument is an argument in futility to say that those EVs are causing that. Besides, EVs don't use alternating current. You plug the EV into your house, AC, but the apparatus in the EV only takes out a trickle charge DC, a constant DC voltage to charge the batteries. That charging of the batteries over 16 hours is called a trickle charge. That means that the car only takes about 0.2 volts to trickle top of the batteries over a 16-hour period, which don't make no sense with the tech. But I agree when it comes to the disabled, Mr. Newry, they don't care about us. And I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it because I can't take my pension money to survive and then got to pay someone to carry me away to Sanders Beach. Thanks for taking Grammy Boy Call.
Of course. And continue to fight. I'm glad that you're well. I was concerned that you didn't call the radio for a bit, but they told me that you were treatment in the States and you're back now. I see. They move where you get local treatment here. It's maybe a 10 to 20 minute movement from where you live to the hospital. Now, where they sending you is a trek, right? Especially when you say you're on a pension. That's $300 a month. They trying to take that money from you too. It's the most unfortunate. And I see a number of disabled Bahamians have transportation issues. There needs to be some kind of bus system, right? We need to absorb that expense. Even if it's a busing depot at a particular place that you drop everyone and pick up off wherever it is at the mall, but there needs to be some kind of centralized pickup system for this differently abled Bahamians, right? Let's go to the next caller. Garden Radio AM. I see this one being flippant on the phone with me. Say on a text says, "Good morning, CA. I know you and Fred Mitchell are tight. Please tell him make sure his brain is engaged before he speaks." Mr. Mitchell is one of the best, better MPs we have. I mean, sometimes he's be off. I ain't saying he don't be off sometimes, but you can't be making flippant conversations about my MP like that. I don't like it. What you talking about? It's time for Bahamians to stop talking and complaining about all these issues and problems. Put your words into real actions. Organize and do something. And I agree with you, Texter. We need to organize and do something. This chronic complaining without doing things. You know, we need to. Sometimes we got to shame people. Can you imagine if all disabled people go downtown protesting and say they need rights? Can you imagine what would happen? International people will come down quickly. Good morning, Mr. Newry. This is Miss Butler. My Grammy have a friend who gets $80 per month from social services. That can't happen, Texter. I don't know where you're getting these numbers from. What you mean $75 and $80 per month? No, man, it can't happen. Let's go to the caller there. Guardian Radio AM, you're live. Go ahead, caller.
$1 for a single person. Newry.
Hey.
Have you heard about these? Have you heard about these things? Have you heard about these things called houses?
Yeah.
What about apartments? What about condos? What about hotels? What about office buildings? Do you think we built more of those than we have than we sold EV cars?
Mm.
See, I don't know why we're allowing them to gaslight us, right? Every time you build a home, guess where they plug into?
The grid.
Okay. So you have government building homes. They say the construction industry is now the biggest thing, bigger than tourism and financial services now, right? According to the central bank governor. So then, don't they have like dryers and stoves and AC and lighting and fans and microwaves and telephones and cell phones and all those things in those things?
Mm.
Do they? So would you consider that the dryer in one of those houses consume more than the EV car, not counting all the other stuff?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We must stop letting our leadership gaslight us. We have an energy crisis for failure to prepare for the future. And so when we talk for days about these things, right? Mm-hmm. They say we building 1,000, 2,000 housing units a year in the Bahamas? A year. So the problem is not what is being told. What we have and what we have been billing is a shanty town grid system, patching it as opposed to replacing it. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Caller, hold on. We're coming to take a quick commercial break right now. We'll be right back.
Wait, you know what's going down tomorrow?
Nobody, what happening?
Joe bringing these knives to school. He could do Junior in.
For what?
Wait, he fooled with Joe girl.
Mother sick. And you know Junior don't back down for nothing. So that means you got a big fight tomorrow.
So whose side you on?
Side? I trying to stay in school, not Simpson Pen. We gotta tell somebody about this fight.
Tell somebody. I ain't no snitch. I mean cool, you know.
Wait, if you so cool, then you need to stay in school and stay out of the fight.
Yeah, but if I don't hang on Joe's side, him and these boys coming for me next.
All right, so we definitely gotta tell somebody. We gotta prevent the fight.
What I say, I don't want nobody call me snitch.
Crime Stoppers, you can report what you know, and nobody gotta know it's you.
So how did I boy?
All you gotta do is call them, or you text them through the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and nobody can know it's you.
Then the police come looking for me for more info, and when they finish with them, Joe them coming looking for me?
When you call Crime Stoppers, the calls go directly to Miami, and they don't ask nothing about you. Then you can get the pen from them, and they can claim a reward later using that same pen.
Plus, everything's scrambled, so nobody can read what you're saying.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
Attention island game players. Percy's pension plan is now accepting applications. Deposit $25 and you are officially in the running for a weekly salary of up to $1,000 a week for a full year. Applications close September 8th. Apply now at theislandgame.com.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's pension plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's pension plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's pension plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's pension plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, go play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Headed to South Florida soon? Holiday Inn Express in Plantation welcomes you to the heartbeat of Florida fun. Whether it's business or pleasure, the Holiday Inn Express is close to sensational shopping, captivating dining, and nightlife. Elevate your Florida experience. Sleep well and rest easy at Holiday Inn Express. Complimentary breakfast buffet featuring seasonal favorites. Keep up your fitness routine in our 24-hour on-site fitness center with cardio equipment and free weights, or take a refreshing swim in our outdoor pool. Your special Bahamas tourist rate awaits. Holiday Inn Express, 1701 North University Drive, in Plantation. Book your getaway now. Call directly at 954-472-5600 or the sales department for reservations and additional information.
And welcome back to Guardian Radio AM. Of course, I got to remind you about the great Summer Escape giveaway. You could win a trip for two, including hotel, car, luggage, and $1,000 cash. All you need to do is have your passport. That's it. Have your passport. Just get a Nassau Guardian newspaper. Fill out the entry form. Drop it at the entry box at the Nassau Guardian in Oaksville. That's where I'm at. And tune into Guardian Radio and follow the Nassau Guardian on all your social media platforms for your chances to win. The Guardian Media Group. Yes, that's the great Summer Escape giveaway. And the deadline to enter is August 12th. That's next week. That's August 12th. And of course, the drawing will be on August 14th. And of course, it's after 11:45, and you know when it's 11:45, everything is Percy Island's game, right? So I want to say attention to all Island Games players. Percy's pension plan is now accepting applications. Say deposit a mere $25, and you are officially in the running for a weekly salary of up to $1,000 a week for a full year. Application closed on September 8th. You hear that? Application for this closed on September 8th. Apply now at theislandgame.com. And of course, this is a promotional gaming campaign and is not an insurance policy, a pension fund, retirement saving plan, investment product, or other regulated financial services. I just want to say that out there, right? But you got to put your $25 there so you get a chance to win that $1,000 per week full pension thing. Right? This text says, I'm coming to you right now, text. Prep that text. The caller right there for me. Say, CA, have you noticed the new business that opened next to Breezes called Inflatable World? No, I haven't noticed. They're running almost 100 blowers to inflate castles. How come I missed that? Do you think that to do with it, including all new developments, are being overdeveloped and overpopulated, but not upgraded? Eventually, our overloaded boat will sink. They have an inflatable place. I need to go check that out. You know, it's summer. I have the child, I have to go do things. Okay. Says, this text says, how do data centers help EV cars? This government is moving like they're dealing with ignorant children. Also, data centers can cause physical damage to your body, but the mechanism is purely physiological. Infrasound and neurological damage. Data centers use massive industrial cooling fans that run 24/7. The danger: these fans emit low-frequency noise and infrasounds, which travel through the air and ground. Body impact. How long is this text? My God, texter, that's a lot. Let's go to this caller. Prep the caller for me, please. Here, Guardian Radio AM. You live? Are you there? You there? Anyway, anyone saw the press release, the statement from the Director of Communication for the Office of the Prime Minister? Yeah. It went on his X page, Twitter page. In a post on the social media platform X, Latrell Ramming, wrote that he sought clarification from the Minister of Finance on the matter. The ministry advised that the funds are primarily used to support the government's airport infrastructure program, which has been publicly announced. The National Investment Funds Act 2022 establishes the fund's governance and reporting framework, including a 5-member board of governors with representation from the Central Bank of the Bahamas. The act also requires reporting on the fund's financial position and withdrawals. In his letter to Halkidas, Pintard asks who comprises the board that governs the NIF, that's the National Investment Fund, and if there was an investment mandate for the $265 million move from the account. This information has never been made public. We have no clue who's on that board. Ramin, in the face of questions from the Tribune, I had a Nassau Guardian one. Someone sent this to me. I could read the Nassau Guardian one. And if you read the Nassau Guardian headline, $265 million move to fund airport work. Office of the Prime Minister officials defends removal of funds from the National Investment Fund. F&M questions decision to move money. You need to go by the Nassau Guardian and read that because it's kind of odd. It's just kind of odd. But let me finish this article, right? The opposition should therefore await the publication of the fund's report, which will provide appropriate accounting and details concerning the use of the fund's resources, rather than drawing conclusions ahead of the statutory reporting process. So, what I read from that, the Director of Communication says, wait. We don't know who the board is, but wait for the board to be announced and wait for the board to tell us what they did to the money, but the money going all the same. I don't like that. I don't like it, right? And then the response came from the senator's page. And I don't know if the senator, Latrell Ramming, is the same as the director of communication, Latrell Ramming. I think there needs to be a director of communication page or respond from the office of the prime minister page alone would have to be doing with official business. And if you want to do senator work, you respond from there. But you can't be responding about government business on your personal page here and there, and then having personal pictures of yourself, right? And then having government announcements on the same page. It's not proper. I mean, I have a family page, and then I have a CA Newry page, and I keep them separate. Family is family, and CA Newry is CA Newry spins. And this mix matching with the director doing, I don't like it because I don't know who I'm speaking to. So I don't know how to respond. Because like I say, I like Ramin. And I don't know if I should respond to him flippantly, like, hey, what you saying, boy, and dapping? Or I got to respond respectfully and say, hey, Mr. Senator, I disagree with you vehemently about this thing. Or do I respond to him as the director of communication, say, can you clarify this information that you're giving out? You see, what you're doing is confusing the Bahamian people, and you're bastardizing the different elements of governance, and it's not nice. It's not nice. You need to correct it, and correct it sooner than later. Let's go to the caller there. Guardian Radio AM, you live? Go ahead, caller. You still there?
Newry.
How you doing, man?
What's happening, man?
Rachel, man.
Listen to me. I want to publicly, like yourself, Lisa Ramming on what she did on yesterday.
Yes.
You know, I am now a part of that grouping now. I wasn't born blind.
Mm-hmm.
I drove home from Sodre Road to Cowpen Road when that morning I had no sight.
I'm sorry.
So it can happen to anybody.
Anybody.
You could be able-bodied today and be disabled tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So I comment on that. Only thing, I a little too old now to talk with girl and they're looking for a job. I almost 60. They laugh at me.
Mm.
But the callers from Grand Bahama, C. Allen Johnson, and those, I wonder if they hear the news from Nassau. I thought he would maybe comment on that this morning, but at least she's looking out for. They always just anti-government.
Mm.
You know, I mean, the government have already been in power now, going on 3 months. You can tell me one member of parliament, one minister, want somebody to do something right?
Well, I commend Lisa Ramming because, like I said, it's
that
endearing.
Is why I hold on so long to second your motion. I mean, come on, man. They just look for the down. They just look for the bad. Let's get over this, brother. Election is over. Let's try to build this country. And any way they can pull this government down or when you pull the government down, you're pulling us down, the Bahamian people down, brother. Let us try ride this thing, man.
I hear
Politics finish.
Thank you very much. Like you say, you got to ride the wave. Yeah. That's what I did there. Ride. No one laughed. I mean, Kermit didn't laugh. That was funny. Ride the wave. You get you though. Kind of. Yeah. We have an intern who worked in the board today. I didn't get her name. I got to get her name so I can include her in the conversation. You here next week? Yes. So I'll get your name so I can have you in my conversation. Yes, man. We have 2 interns at the Guardian today who work in the board with Kermit. But let's see if we can patch this caller through. Go ahead, caller. Guardian Radio AM, you live.
Oh, my God. At long last, I've gotten you. I'm happy.
God is good.
Mr. Newry.
Yes, ma'am.
I wish to congratulate you, commend you for spending so much time promoting the need for recognition of persons with disabilities.
Oh, God have mercy.
You know, the thing is, like the gentleman said just now, he wasn't born blind, but now he's blind. It can happen to any one of us. And you know, it's been umpteen years ago that we were trying to get recognition for persons with disability. And I want to congratulate Breezes. Breezes was one of those hotels.
Yes.
Back in the 90s, where they hired Stapleton School students who were graduating.
Mm-hmm.
And, a couple of them actually graduated, actually was recognized as Employee of the Year. If you hire persons with disabilities, you can be sure you're going to get money's worth. Mr. Newry, if no other person promotes the needs of the disabled, will you continue to do that, sir?
Always. I have people I work with who are challenged.
When we're going to be in need.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we are supposed to be our brother's keeper.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations, and keep it up.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very much for calling. This has been Guardian Radio AM. Of course, this is C.A. Newry. Next week, I'll be here. I'm going to talk about this $265 million that was moved. They just move it out of the Sovereign Wealth Fund. No, it's called the investment fund that they say they can use it for the airport. They borrowed money, put it inside this investment fund, and they ain't telling us how they invest it. They just say, man, we can do what we going to do. It is what it is. Have a wonderful day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian